Hi, it's Bruce, the part-time prospector here. I'm going to ask the question the other day on one of the comments. The question went along the lines was, can you do gold panning in Western Australia? And if so, where? Well, yes, the answer is yes, you can do gold panning in Western Australia. There's nothing legally preventing you from doing gold panning. And there's basically two types of gold panning you can do. There's gold panning with water. There's gold panning without water. And without water, generally called dry panning. The trouble with the first one, gold panning with water, is lack of water in Western Australia. There's not a lot of rivers in WA, and there's none that cut through the goldfields. I'm talking the eastern goldfields of Western Australia. There's a lot of paleo channels, which basically river channels that are now dried up completely. So there's no water out there, not like many other places you see in Victoria or some parts of New South Wales or the USA or places like that. No water out there. There's some places in the Kimberley that could be worth a trip up there, but in my opinion, it's a long way to go if you're based in the southern part just to go gold panning. There's some very big crocodiles up there as well. Something to take into the rivers down the southern end, basically all those rivers that go along the bottom part, they don't cut any sort of major gold fields. Now, I'm certain some of them would carry gold because there is historic gold in those locations. But unfortunately, most of that area is in either freehold land or is tied up in conservation parks, national parks, recreation places, whatever, where you basically cannot go and do any form of prospecting, and prospecting includes panning. So pretty much ruled out all those areas. Dry panning, on the other hand, is an interesting concept. When you consider that most of the old timers of 100 plus years ago, when they raced out to the goldfields looking for gold around Southern Cross, Kalgoorlie, and then heading north up to Leonora and etc. That's how they looked and processed for gold. They waited for the soil to be remarkably dry and basically would take a pan full of dry soil and hold it about chest high or maybe a bit higher and pour it into another pan that sat on the ground. The aim was, and the same as you do with separating the chaff from the wheat, basically. The wind would blow through the stream of sand that's been poured down. The finer sand would blow away, and the heavier stuff would fall to the pan at the bottom. And you'd keep doing this over and over and over until you had a small amount of concentrate at the bottom. Is with that, you would then take off to some water supply, or you'd brought some water with you. You would pan it down and extract the gold. You can do that still at the moment, and that's perfectly acceptable way of doing it. And I have seen people at the bush do it. I have never attempted it myself because honestly, it looks like too much hard work. But if you are prepared to take water out to a known location, unfortunately, one of the problems with the water is that it's heavy. Basically, 1 liter of water weighs 1 kilo. So if you're taking out 100 liters of water, you've got to take 100 kilos of extra weight in your vehicle or trailer or whatever else you're taking. It doesn't take long for that water to get consumed, either be super saturated with sand, evaporated or lost or anything else. You can try some sort of separation ponds and everything else like that. But really now you're getting into the scale of small scale mining. You're turning into a category outside of amateur prospector. So you can try it out. And I've got a video coming out on how to prospect virgin areas quickly using a pan and a little bit of water. So keep it open for that one. So to answer your question, yes, you can pan for gold in Western Australia. It's just a matter of water, and there's much of it, and consider dry panning. That's why the popularity of metal detectors looking for gold is through the roof for WA. It's the best way of finding gold. So I hope that helps. If you found any value in this video, I appreciate if you give me a thumbs up, a like, a comment below. And please, guys, if you enjoy the content, I'd love it if you subscribe. And take care, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.